Villagers are the single most useful and most powerful thing in all of Minecraft, and if you know how to use them right, your worlds will never be the same ever again. You can basically get anything you want from free, and if you know just a couple of simple tricks, you can really use them to their full potential. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to get the best villager trades. Before you can get the best trades in the game, you need to know what villagers sell and who sells it. There are 13 professions in Minecraft, and each one of those professions will sell you about a dozen different items. So obviously that is a lot to keep track of, but we have this very handy trade chart, and feel free to pause the video, take a screenshot of this because it is so incredibly helpful. You will want to save this for all of your villager trading halls. There are 3 to 5 different professions that are going to be your best friends forever. So first up, you got the farmer villagers. You can sell a ton of different crops to these guys and get a bunch of emeralds. You can also buy really good foods from them, such as golden carrots, which is technically the best food in the game. And then there is the librarian villagers. These guys are not only an emerald farm that can give you infinite emeralds, I'll talk about that later, but they also have by far the best trades in the game, which is enchanted books. Villagers are the best way to get enchanted books in Minecraft. So if you do it right, each villager can sell up to 4 different enchanted books, including mending and other incredibly rare enchantments. And then there are the blacksmiths. These guys are going to be the end game of your end game because they sell enchanted diamond armor. You can buy anything in the game that's made out of diamond from these 3 types of villagers. So armorers sell the diamond armor, and then the toolsmiths will sell any type of diamond tool, and then the weaponsmiths will sell diamond swords and axes. Basically, you never need to go mining for diamonds ever again if you got these 3 types of villagers, because you can just buy infinite diamond gear. And if you don't like the enchantments from the gear that you buy from these guys, just put it in a grindstone and that will fully unenchant it, and then you can buy enchantment books from your librarians and re-enchant it with top tier enchantments. For this tutorial, I'm going to assume that you already have a few villagers in your Minecraft world, but if you don't, you can find them at the default villages, or you can cure a zombie villager. Either way, you're going to want to set up yourself a villager breeder and a villager trading hall. I got some very simple tutorials for both of those things down in the description. Check them out if you need them. So once you get a villager, it's just going to be a plain clothes like this one, and if you try and click on it, nothing's really going to happen. You need to make sure there is a bed in the area, and you also need to give them a workstation. Now's a good time to note that if you ever see a green coat villager, this is a nitwit. They can never get a job, so basically what you want to do with these guys is a little bit something like that. The worst thing about villagers is when you first put down their workstation, you're only going to be able to see their first tier of trades and their second tier. You can't see everything that they have, and this makes it incredibly hard to tell if you have a good villager or not. There's actually a really easy way to get around this, and you might have noticed it earlier in the video. So as you can see, I now have access to view all of the villager trades all the way down the line, and it turns out that this villager actually has mending. So this is just a resource pack, and this makes it infinity times easier to tell if you have a good villager, and makes getting good villagers so much easier. So all this is a resource pack from Bedrock Tweaks. There's a link to it down below. You can download it whenever you want. It's under the GUI little menu right here, and then all it is the trading helper. You download that, and bam, you have yourself a resource pack that shows you all of the villager trades. With this texture pack, you're literally going to save hours upon hours getting the best villagers in your Minecraft world. But what if you don't actually like these villager trades? Well, that is very simple, because we can just re-roll this. All you gotta do is break your villager's workstation, and as long as you have not traded with him, it'll just become a default standard villager. And as you can see, this villager has now unlinked and is just a regular villager. If we place down a workstation again and let him relink to that, it has a brand new set of trades. And you can just keep re-rolling this villager for as long as you want by breaking the workstation and placing it back down. And that's going to give it a brand new set of trades every single time. So this is a way of easily gaming the system and giving you the best trades. And this works with any villager. And you don't actually need to break the workstation. You can just move it, and that'll make the villager unlink from it, as you can see there, and this makes it way quicker to re-roll your villagers. So you can just keep on doing this, check its trades, see if it has anything good, re-roll it, and it only takes a couple of seconds per re-roll. Depending on what exactly you are looking for, it could still take a while to get the trade that you want, but this is definitely the best way of getting the trade, because it just saves you hours upon hours. And no reason you only need to re-roll one villager at a time. You can do multiple at once to see if they get get any good trades, and this will also help you speed up your process as well and build your villager trading hall a lot quicker. So this villager right here has mending for 10 emeralds, which is the cheapest you can get it until a little bit later in the video. So to lock in his trade, all you need to do is trade with him, and then even if we move his workstation, he's not going to lose his profession. So that is how you lock in a trade once you get something that you are happy with. So what do you do if you get a good trade that has too high of a price? Like this villager has Fortune 3, but it's for 42 emeralds. You can make one of two decisions here. You can either trade him out and lock in that very expensive trade and then make him give you a discount later, or you can keep re-rolling and hope for a cheaper version of that trade. Honestly, the easier way of doing it that's going to save you time in the long run is just to take the bad trade up front, and then if you happen to get a better version of that later on, you can just come back through here and kill this guy. So get the high expensive trade, and then you can give him a discount later. But if you are, you know, really tight on emeralds, or if you don't feel like giving them discounts later on, maybe you're playing on easy or peaceful mode, then you're going to want to get yourself the very cheap trade and keep on re-rolling these guys. At this point, you have yourself an array of villagers that all have some pretty solid trades, but you need to actually like get those items out of them, and in order to do that, you're going to have to give them money. I know, it's unfortunate. Of course, the standard way of getting emeralds is just to like sell things to a villager, but that is incredibly boring, and we can do this way better. Villager discounts is basically just stacking buffs at this point, because we already got super powerful villagers, and now we need to get super cheap prices. A villager discount does two things. It makes it so that you can buy things for cheaper, so we could buy this book right here for like 1 emerald, and it also makes it so that you can sell things for less items as well. So instead of 24 paper per emerald, we could sell 1 paper per emerald. This makes farming items and farming emeralds incredibly easy. There's 2 ways of getting a villager discount in Minecraft. The first way is getting the hero of the village effect by defeating a raid. For this one, you'll want yourself a raid farm, because it makes everything easy in life, and this will also give you a lot of emeralds as well, so it's kind of a double whammy. Defeating a raid will give you 40 minutes of the hero of the village effect, and this will transfer with you anywhere you go in the Minecraft world, so you can have your raid farm and your villager trading hall be separate from one another. Hero of the village is pretty easy to get, but it's also a pretty basic discount as well. So this villager used to sell mending for 10 emeralds, but now he sells it for 7. So this is a pretty easy thing to take advantage of, and it lasts for a long time, meaning that you can visit multiple trading halls, and it's just a nice little buff to have, but this isn't the main way that you'll want to do things. Zombie villager curing is the best way of getting villager discounts, so these are generally called zombie discounts. Now, I already made a whole video all about this, so if you want all the nitty-gritty details, go check that out, and that'll also show you how to build this nice little cell right here, which is a 4-time zombie curing. So basically, what you do is you get yourself a zombie villager, you splash it with some weakness, you click on a golden apple, and then that'll cure after a couple of minutes, and that'll give every villager in the area, about 32 blocks in every direction, a zombie discount. So this is a pretty minor discount, but it stacks up. So if we cure all 4 of these guys, that is going to give us 4 times the discount on this one villager right here. Also, you can kind of cheat the system, so if you log out of the game as those guys are curing and then log back in, that'll instantly cure them. As you can see, bam, instantly cured. I don't know if this works on all servers and realms and all that, but it definitely works in multiplayer. So this guy now has a significantly better discount, as you can see, and then we can keep on stacking this as well, so just more and more discounts. Now keep in mind, the area of effect discounts do wear off over time, so if you cure the villagers behind us here, this guy over here is only going to have a temporary discount. You need to cure the villager directly in order to give a permanent discount. So if we were to turn this guy into a zombie and then cure him 5 times, that would give him maximum discounts forever, basically. And there's also a handy little chart for that you can see on screen. Take your screenshots with this, because this will tell you how many times you need to cure someone in order to get the prices down to where you want them. And just an FYI, all you need is a fermented spider eye and some water bottles and a brewing stand, and that'll give you 3 potions of weakness. If you put those into a cauldron, that'll give you 3 layers of potions of weakness. You can click on that with a stack of arrows, and that'll give you a full stack of weakness arrows. If you shoot these at a zombie villager using a dispenser, that'll give them the weakness effect, and then click on them with golden apple. It is so much cheaper than crafting splash potions of weakness. This little mechanic with the cauldron is only on Bedrock edition, because we have nice things. Oh yeah. So once you have some discounts on your villagers, there's a couple of easy infinite trade loops you can do to get infinite emeralds from a single villager. So for example, if you have a librarian villager that is cured and sells a bookshelf for 1 or 2 emeralds, you can buy all the bookshelves, break those down into 3 books each, and then you can sell each book back to a villager for 1 emerald each. So basically you're getting a 2 emerald profit per bookshelf that you buy. There's also another infinite trade loop regarding librarians. So if you buy a couple of glass blocks from them, you can turn those into glass panes, and then you can trade each one of these glass panes to a cartographer villager for 1 emerald each if you have the trading discounts. So we just got 16 emeralds by spending 2 emeralds, which is a very, very good trade loop. If you have enough villager discounts, you can just trade those guys some paper for emeralds because their trades are probably going to be cheap enough anyway. Or if you have a farmer villager, it's very easy to trade a single potato for 1 emerald or a single pumpkin for 1 emerald. Farmers are absolutely great for selling your crops to because you can actually automate these crops. And of course, you never need to trade for emeralds if you have yourself a raid farm because that'll give you thousands and thousands of emeralds. Seriously, build yourself a raid farm, you won't regret it. So to recap, use the villager trade chart to find out which trades you want to get. The best villagers are going to be farmers for getting emeralds and getting the best food, librarians for all of the best enchantment books, emeralds, and infinite trade loops, armorers for infinite diamond armor, toolsmiths for infinite diamond tools, and weaponsmiths for infinite diamond weapons. You can re-roll your villagers as many times as you want by pushing and pulling their workstations in order to get the best trades ever. You can unlock their trades using easy trade loops or villager curing or the hero of the village effect to get the best discounts possible. And you can infinitely farm emeralds using a raid farm to get yourself basically the easiest end-game items in all of Minecraft. But at the end of it all, you will be extremely well set up. You will never need to worry about losing your armor or your weapons because you can just mass craft it and make backup sets. You'll have all the experience you need from trading with your villagers. Villagers are your ticket to the end game of Minecraft. So if you enjoyed today's video, consider dropping a like and sharing it around as it helps out the video and the channel a ton. If you're new here, then consider subscribing for more Minecraft tutorials. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you down in the comment section and in the next one. And then there was silence.